Excellent. Welcome to the TAD Summit podcast. I have with me, as always, Johnny. Johnny, how are you?
Overwhelmed, my friend. Overwhelmed.
He's been, threatening lots of things, saying you're going to be shocked, stunned, amazed. So really looking forward to this one, Johnny.
Look, I think the first thing I want to start off is I think I got an answer. We talked last time about stopping spam and stopping robocall. I have the answer. So
go for it.
Had to take a bunch of kids over to the Swifty movie, Taylor Swift movie. So, and what I noticed, these girls were hanging out, and one of them got a spam call or text.
Yeah.
And man, you should have seen how angry they were. One was calling my father's a lawyer, and I'm watching these girls, and I was terrified. So I think, first of all, the call to action with antitrust is working, obviously.
Yeah.
A lot of the small UCaaS companies are calling, trying to point them in the right direction. But call to action to the Swifties. Can you imagine if you get the Swifties screaming at the mobile operators? Oh, yeah. Hey, we know you're spamming us on purpose. We know you're making money on robocalls and spam text.
Yep.
So maybe we get Harrington to try to get it. I mean, look, he's done everybody from Kardashian to Hulk Hogan, but Taylor Swift is a tall order. But if we can get the Swifties screaming, maybe they will stop it.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I can't even imagine. I mean, I'm a Swiftie now. I watched her show, and it's not really my thing, but wow, what a performer.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I've never seen, just amazing. She went on for hours.
Yes.
And and I enjoyed it.
Even in the heat of Brazil, she's performing.
Yeah, so calling out all Swifties. What else? Look, I'd like to get started on, before we get to the Breitbart story.
Yeah.
Who by the way, in the Breitbart story, if people haven't seen it, you should go look it up. It's spread everywhere. They said they're going to reach out to Calera. Can you imagine that phone call? Hello, Calera. Yeah, can you tell us about this? What's the matter, you? Why are you looking so sad? It's a nicer place. I shut up in your face.
They're going to find Calera
can you imagine? Yeah, we're going to find him. Yeah. But Calera's got Mauro and Daniela running the show over there. I hear they're really nice guys from a lot of people, but so yeah, we'll get into that. But look, I'd like to stay on some of the really big news with Twilio and CPaaS AI now. I need to see that programmable comms taken off of your site.
It will always be there.
No, it has to go. Well, then you're going to get dusted. So, I mean, look, the more you dig into that and read in the tea leaves, I mean, look, Sam Altman did the Twilio event a couple months ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
They seem pretty chummy, those two.
Mm-hmm.
Sam, I mean, a lot of people don't notice OpenAI. They don't even have $1 billion in revenue and got a $90 billion market cap. More than a 100 times multiple on that thing, right? And you got Jeff, who, no slouch, had an $80 billion market cap that he's looking to get back to. And now he's CPaaS AI. But look, what is his name? Charlie Bell joined the board from Microsoft.
Yes.
Right? So if you look at that, right? So he's a member of Microsoft's senior leadership team, where he serves as executive vice president of security, compliance, identity, and management.
Yeah.
Charlie brings decades of yada, 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 Twilio, right?
Yeah.
So now you've got Sam Altman, who's now with Microsoft.
Yeah.
Really, he's with OpenAI at the end of the day, because Microsoft owns 49% of OpenAI. What happened over there, because I listened to this brilliant analyst, voice in the industry, Scott Calloway. He's like, look, ESG, you have a nonprofit and a for-profit, butting heads. You have ESG and Wall Street and Microsoft saying, hey, no, we got to make money. No, wait a minute, we have to do this. And AI is going to destroy the world, which to me is the funniest thing I've ever heard. AI is going to destroy the world. I don't really buy that. Not at least in the next decade or so. Who knows where it's going to go? But by that time, I think we'll figure out all the issues.
It's software, and it's not going to be the AI. It's going to be the humans using the software. That's the problem.
Yeah.
As always, it's always about the humans.
Yeah,
So,
but I mean, look, if you read between the lines there, you got Twilio, you've got Squawk on the Street calling him a profit making machine. Yeah. Even though they lost 140 million in cash. Don't say it, but that's okay. It's how you look at the numbers, non-GAAP.
Exactly. Yeah.
This gap, they're going to make a new gap. But look, Twilio's a great company. And look, I think it's coming. I mean, there's something going on over there, and there's something going on in the space.
Exactly.
Another interesting piece of news. Last week, I talked about some information I got from India. Obviously, there's a lot of people talking over there. I mean, I can't tell you how many people are calling me with advice, and you should do this, and you should be more organized. I'm like, look, it's not what I do.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, so you're all over the place, but that's just what I'm going to do. I'm going to go wherever my mind takes me. But look, I got some amazing, really shocking news for you. I just got off the phone a little while ago. So one of your own at Summit companies was had a term sheet with Tata.
Oh,
yeah, for upwards of close to 100 million or what have you. Evidently, they were working with Tata for over a year, and something went happen at the end where I'm not sure if it's a UIB, Ken Heron's company, your boy, right? So your boy, he's kind of sneaky. He doesn't tell you anything, but that's okay.
Lots of things.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is big news. I mean, so look, a huge multiple on them. They don't have very high revenue, but look, they've got amazing patents and technology and IP. And that was 70, 80, 90 times multiple that Tata was looking to close on that.
Wow.
Simultaneously, Tata did the Calera deal, which they can't no way have done a lot of diligence on because they still don't know what they bought.
Exactly.
So that deal went up. Obviously, UIB is up on the market. So now you've got a company with, CPaaS AI, IP, patents out in the marketplace that had a 9-figure term sheet.
That's amazing.
Signed with a conglomerate. Tata's not dumb at the end of the day. That's interesting. We got to get Ken. I think you have him coming on anyhow.
We've got that scheduled.
So I heard that this morning. I got it from really good sources.
Interesting.
So that deal,
because that's an amazing multiple. I mean, they are an amazing. So what I say is programmable comms. I know you hate the word apps company. They build the apps that drive the usage.
Evidently, they got some IP and patents that are really intersecting between
with all the
CPaaS. Well, considering now the whole industry except you is CPaaS AI.
It's slash. There's a slash in there.
Look, there's something going on with Twilio, Microsoft, and Altman. And it was too chummy. If you watch them interact with each other, it was like they went to high school together. So if I'm a student of watching people communicate and talk, and you learn see how people react with each other, and just the whole way Wall Street shifted everything, and Twilio shifted everything. And look, Twilio's still a behemoth. So I mean, we could talk about all the negatives and the monopolies, which are working on a new piece, but their price stock I think was at 63 yesterday. I think it was a really cool number. I haven't looked at it
going up
much today, and Cinch is up, and they're reporting some positive stuff, and Link is hanging in there, and definitely want to talk more about the CM.com because obviously I was thinking about them because Nicola Wolfram, because CM.com was looking at Tintech too, and Nicola was telling me they just started this company because they wanted to have a party. So evidently they started that business just like your friends over there at Tropo that were creating a party and ended up starting the company. So I hear they're great guys. But look, UIB, Unified Intelligent Brain. I don't know if I think that's what he told me they were. I don't know.
Gotcha.
Got to ask Ken. I don't know if that's.
I've known them for so many years. It's just been. It's always been UIB.
Well, look, you've got Unified that became a unicorn, right?
Yep.
Had Summit.
Unified,
Had Summit, amazing. Unified, and now you've got UIB with a large term sheet, and at the intersection of CPaaS and AI. So maybe Jeff Lawson needs to buy Tintech, UIB, and then it's over. Yeah, think about it.
I mean, it creates a big wall to compete against.
Well, look, I'm dying. I want to hang up and find out what the hell they have. At the end of the day, with the patent portfolio and what have you, IP. Look, that's interesting. So look, I think the industry's, we have a lot of stuff with the, inflated traffic. We could talk about a lot of negatives.
Yeah.
But I think really what I want to talk about is that story that came out of nowhere from Breitbart.
Yeah.
Right. So where they been?
Well, they certainly did the research because they had all the Aegis piece just laid out.
Somebody did something over there because they brought up the open letter that Rick had written. We've been written a long time ago.
Yep.
And it's funny. I mean, the Aegis hit job exposure. I mean, is Aegis Trump owned or is it progressive owned? I mean, what? But obviously, there's something going on here.
Yes.
But I think the digging is now coming.
Yes.
On that story.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So finally, I mean, I was tweeting people. I've been tweeting people on Twitter. Nobody reads anything on Twitter. Everybody just wants to talk. But there's this one general, Air Force General Spaulding, and I tweeted him a bunch of times, and I think he read the stuff. So I said, General, are you the one that gave them this information? If so, thanks. And say you liked it. So I don't know if he just liked it or if he is the one that passed it along, but he's an Air Force general. He's on TV a lot. And,
gotcha. Okay.
He's in telecom in the security space.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, I don't know where that came from because, as you know, Rick Joyce reached out to Washington Post. Nothing.
Exactly. Yeah, we covered that in his post.
He's reached out to all his Democrat friends and what have you. And we still don't, I guess Tata doesn't want to tell the carriers who's the one on the tape. Or
which one? It's only a choice of three.
But I think Tata is about to find out. So I don't know. Why they didn't? How they didn't? I guess $100 million price tag for Calera, but they had $65 million in the bank.
Yep.
So I really don't think they know what they bought. I mean, you have 4 different lines of business with Calera. You had India. You had the commodity-based notification business in Italy, and you had the embargo traffic SMS aggregator business, which is not even on their own platform. Then you have Engage on the short code, which Engage is probably worth 60, 70 million.
Yep.
Calera paid 215 million for it.
Shocked.
And so they I don't know if they did the Calera deal instead of the other deal, or I don't know what happened. We got to find out over there because it seemed to happen. Something happened at the same time.
Because that was quick.
Couldn't do both. Yeah. But there's no way that Tata did a ton of diligence on Calera because I just saw a report they plan on doing $700 to $1 billion.
I know
dollars in the U.S. I don't know. I don't think they realize
business, but I don't see where they're going to get the growth.
Campaign registries tapped out. I mean, they basically forced everybody to register there. So there's only a few million campaigns. Where are they going to manufacture that from? And
that's interesting because the price
growth
tag for UIB is sort of similar to what they paid for Calera.
Something happened over there. We got to get to the bottom of it. And you got to talk to your boys there.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're part of you guys. I've had some conversations with Ken and whatever, but I don't really.
Oh yeah, no, they're really nice guys. They're always doing cool, innovative applications.
Look, there's no question he geeks out with you guys. You guys.
That's where innovation comes from.
Innovation comes from TAD Summit. So, but the Breitbart story,
because I was just thinking with Calera, you could see, because they knew they were going towards a delisting, and if they just created the right conditions, it's like, okay, we'll take.
No, So this is another piece of new news.
Mm-hmm.
Check this morning. Everything disappeared. So Calera, I got all these notes over here.
Yeah.
Basically. Disappeared. All Calera's profiles. All Calera's profiles and stock history has vanished from Red research sites.
Oh, right.
Calera's investor page has been deleted as well as their history of press releases.
Yes.
The board is disbanded as expected, but there's no trace of Dario and Giacomo on the Calera website.
Correct.
What happened to the Calera bonds here? No trace of them. There's no trace of the bonds.
Yes.
What, somebody paid $200 million? Because my view on this, knowing Avi Katz, which, by the way, when people find out how smart Avi Katz is, I mean, you talk about all these different people. There's nobody smarter than this guy. Mm-hmm. I mean, this guy has taken 4 companies that were like delis in New Jersey and one electric truck company, and one
the
and
medical
created billions and billions of dollars. This other company he has, UpHealth,
yes,
UPH, they moved over to the German exchange, and he just sold a company for 180 million out of there.
Yes,
their market cap was 16 million. How does that work?
I
right? I mean, you need like a real team of experts.
Yeah.
And I know this Stanford lawyer was going after Avi and using him as the poster child on why SPAC shouldn't be legal.
Yeah.
But look, in my own personal dealings with the guy, I mean, which we'll get into now, the guy's so smart. I mean, I think he pulled Tata's underwear right over their head. Because he pulled my underwear over my head. He had me convinced to get Bill Peters to work with him. Yeah. After Bill was fired, whatever. Yeah. So we came back, and I'm like, Bill, I really don't think he knows what's going on. And Bill's like looking at me like, you're out of your mind. So, and Avi's like former Israeli Navy or one of those things, which he likes to tell you. I like to tell you how many people he's killed. He said that quite a few times to me. I don't know if that's a threat. Pretty much where I come from, it's a threat, but I don't really pay no mind to it because usually people that are going to do something to you don't threaten you. So it's just maybe his way of, because he wasn't too happy with me on many times. But look, I had Bill cooperate with them. Yeah. Bill came back in and was over Christmas last year. Okay. And Bill cooperated with DL Piper to do a whole investigation, mainly on the embargo traffic. So Calera was sending traffic to Iran and Syria and Yemen and all these different places, which is really a no-no if you're a U.S. publicly traded company.
Exactly.
Right? And I know a little bit about that, obviously being in the industry, because people do it in our industry like it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, internationally, it's a global industry. I mean, everybody deals with China, everybody deals with all these different countries. But if you're a U.S. publicly traded company, it's an issue.
Exactly.
So, Bill worked with DL Piper and gave him all the information. Avi was they were supposed to pay him and give him a settlement and let him go on his way. And then they tried to slip in, well, you can't speak to this one, you can't speak to that one. And then they tried to hammer him for his laptop where they framed him on. So Avi, and I believe his lawyer, Mark Romeo, is his lawyer from Littler. He's been Avi's longtime lawyer. He told me and Bill, obviously he works for TikTok as well, which I'm not sure if Tata knows that. I know India kicked out Tata of India. So there's a lot of moving parts here. But, Bill worked with Avi. Avi didn't even know what kind of discount Twilio was getting. I mean, they went and restructured that deal. Avi was like, what do you mean I'm paying? What do you mean?
Yeah.
So, so look, they're trying to get Bill's lawsuit dismissed, which is all public now. So it's in the dockets.
Yeah.
But I think, when people are looking now, people are sniffing around. I mean, I did a post. I asked Cineverse and Cinch. I'm like, you guys are two hubs in the U.S. and nobody says nothing to the mobile operators. Like, really, guys?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's kind of annoying. But look, I think the industry is going in the right direction with, CPaaS AI. We're going to get more stuff from Bill. We're going to get more stuff on the monopoly stuff. I mean, GMS just made an acquisition of a CPaaS company. I'm so depressed when that deal, GMS and Tintech, didn't go through. I mean, can't tell you how much money I lost on that deal. But not only that, just great people. But they made a gangster move, acquiring a CPaaS. And, they got, I think, 50-something properties worldwide.
Yep.
So that's some really cool stuff going on with them. And, look, I like where the industry could possibly go right now. I know there's a lot of issues out there with the traffic and the dropping of traffic and big news. Oh, another thing, Dean Bubbly, who I've never spoken to, by the way. He just agreed, and I communicate with him, and he agreed to do a podcast.
Excellent.
And he's got to bring Alan Durick and Thorsten. That's an incredible two guys, and they're both Scipio partner companies. Scipio partner, the largest shareholder of Tintech, and they're a secondary. They did a Series B, I think. Series A, Series B with Wire. Yeah. So you get them, and we get a privacy guy because I think some of the privacy issues with that deal. And look, it's 2024 or wherever it's going to be, but
Yeah.
look, it's definitely interesting. Then I saw that post from the Cineverse guy, like, hey, what do you think about Apple and Google? Where would they be? You know what I mean? I mean, look, if something happened to Cineverse, nothing would work with AT&T and T-Mobile.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've heard many times that
Exactly.
T-Mobile wants to move. I'm like, where do you want to move? Because years ago, when I had taken over Iris, the old largest shareholder, Iris, a guy named Peter Ackerman, multi-billionaire, worth $500 million.
Gotcha.
He was going to shut off Metro PCS when Cineverse stole Metro PCS from Iris. They had to get an injunction. They had to move all that traffic.
Gotcha.
And evidently, the guys at Iris like, no, there's no way they can move all that traffic, but they moved it.
Yeah.
But I was still getting dead traffic on the binds after I came in. So moving traffic is not an easy thing.
No,
so
not at all.
So yeah, I called them out, and interesting times. But calling all Swifties. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe we could stop this, because I think Rick Joyce inspired us to, let's try to stop, because like you said, we know it can be stopped. And
exactly. Other countries have solved it. America is not in a situation where it can't solve it. It can be solved. And just on the Swifties, remember in Seattle, they caused a seismic event at the stadium. So which makes Swifties involved. They could create a seismic event in this industry.
Look, I think there's something there. I mean, look, she fought Carlisle for her music. Then she went and redid her music. Yeah. And I think if you can get the Swifties as a group, I mean, she took down Ticketmaster. You get them as a group trying to own their own data instead of people sell their data, and you get them understanding. If they're just aware of what we reported, can you imagine the screaming?
Oh, yeah.
So,
absolutely.
And I don't think the operators are kind of much like that. So I think can we get to them? I don't know. No. Can we put it together in a concise manner? So that's another call to action for you, Mr. Quayle. You know what I mean? Put that together and simplify it.
Exactly.
So calling all Swifties, CPAS AI, definitely something going on.
Oh yeah.
With Twilio and over there, and there's something going on there.
Yeah. Yeah,
which I think is really exciting to the industry.
Oh, yeah.
And the entire industry needs to really jump on this, because it's not their choice. So all the aggregators that say they're CPAS, just say you're CPAS AI now. And look, it's exciting times. I really feel good. I was pretty much down on the industry a few weeks ago, but I'm there. So look, Jeff Lawson, buy Tintech, take over the world internationally. I also heard another company called Gupshot.
Oh yeah, I know them. Yeah,
that if they're doing some really unique stuff with RCS, and that I understand, because I'm getting all kinds of advice now with people, and this would work. And so one guy's like, "Oh, Tintech's the only company, like 3 companies that only have this." And then I kind of tell him a little bit more about what Tintech has, because they also have a portfolio of patents that Thorson likes to keep in his basement and tell you, "Well, I can do this and I can do that." I'm like, "Okay, but you don't have the money." So look, interesting stuff. They buy UIB, and you got to get into your boys and find out.
Well, that'll be coming.
How are you getting $100 million?
Yeah, exactly.
Upwards of there.
December 6th, I think, is when we got with Ken.
I went through their website briefly. There's a lot of stuff that's not in there. I mean, a lot of stuff that I heard.
Yeah.
So I don't think Ken's been too straightforward with you. You might have to shake him up. I mean, they're important.
Well, that valuation is incredible to get that from Tata.
Tata's a huge company. Yeah, there's no question. But I think Avi Katz, there's no question. You put anybody in a room with Avi Katz, I don't care who you are, he's coming out with your underwear. Period. And that's it. And just it is what it is.
I know.
Threats. I mean, he was calling Bill up on Veterans Day. Hey, my military brother. We're like, hey, Avi, you weren't involved. Little did we know. Okay. But talking about everything disappearing, all the information disappearing offline. Yeah. So we'll see, Mr. Quayle. Anything else you want to talk about? Or
no, I mean, for me, the big news was Breitbart. Doesn't matter which side of the fence you sit on. It's election interference, and if one side can do it, the other side can do it.
There's both sides of the fence here.
Exactly.
You've got the story in Real Clear Policy with a congressman and a guy who almost won governorship of of Michigan, I believe it was.
I can't remember.
So
now, yeah.
look, what's going on? And then you got, recordings.
Yes, and that hasn't hit the fan yet, because when that goes public, that is going to be.
I mean, I've tweeted at some of these people on X, but nobody reads. I'm like, you guys read? It's getting aggravating.
Well, I mean, the problem is X has its problems, and it keeps getting worse. Advertisers are leaving. I know a lot of people that, I mean, even I'm thinking of, should I stay on?
Where are you going to go?
Nowhere. Just to LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
That's it.
Okay.
Monopoly. Yeah, I know, because you just see some of the posts that are on there.
You still get a lot of news on Twitter. X. I can't call it X. I don't know. I keep calling. I mean, this guy kills the biggest brand in the world. I don't get that one. But he's Elon Musk.
Yeah.
And he's going to eliminate banks now. I don't even want to get my head around that one. How do you bet against the guy? Yeah. No, Elon, what do you know? So look, some exciting stuff.
Yep.
Some stuff to gnaw on. But industry, get behind each other.
No, but
see past AI.
Yep.
Sell it. Sing it. Talk it.
I'm only ever going to slash that one. I can't let go.
And if anybody knows any of these Swifties, let your Swifties know.
Exactly. Advice on how to get to the Swifties.
Yeah, they can stop spamming you and robocalling.
They can stop spamming North America. Yeah. Full stop.
Full stop. Absolutely. Well, they could definitely cause some big headaches.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. So this has been an interesting podcast, Johnny. Some revelations, some very interesting linking of different themes in the story between UIB and Caliero. So again,
yeah, you got to get to the bottom of this, but some really credible sources. Like I said, that's interesting. And
I guess I hope you have a great Thanksgiving.
Twilio Sam Altman. Something's going on there.
There's something going on there. We haven't heard the full story. I'm just keeping quiet on that until the full story comes to light.
Big boys game.
Yeah.
Big boys game.
Yeah. No, that's true. Again, thank you
Put your big boy pants on, everybody. See past AI.
Speak to you soon, Johnny.
Bye-bye, kiddo.